Good morning, folks. This is Naim Aslam live from London. I come with a wealth of over 15 years of trading experience. During this time period, I have worked as a hedge fund trader for Bank of New York Mellon and as an equity trader with Bank of America. Currently, I provide services as a chief market analyst to EverTrade. Bit of a housekeeping as always. Anything which we'll be discussing in this particular video cannot be perceived as an advice. If you are seeking for one, please do consider consulting with your own financial advisors. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do so because that will allow you to get all the notifications the moment that we go live. Because after all, the entire purpose of this doing live show is to give you an opportunity to ask me questions while I am here with you. Now, what are we going to cover today? Of course, as the topic says, today is the Coinbase IPO day. We will be talking about what does that really mean and how that has influenced the crypto market so far, and of course, how that is going to influence the crypto market moving forward as well. So we'll be discussing all of that particular topic in that, and moving on from there onwards, we'll be focusing specifically about what is going on within the crypto market as well. So discussing Bitcoin, Ripple, and of course Ethereum's XRP as well. Now, moving on from there onwards, we'll be discussing the stock markets, what exactly is happening there. And of course, because today we are going to see new earnings quarter as well. So the big Wall Street giants will be really producing their numbers. And I'm really speaking about Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, Wells Fargo. So what is to look out for and then how that can really influence the market. And finally, we'll be looking at commodities such as gold and oil. All of that will be encompassing in today's segment. So what exactly is going on with Coinbase? So Coinbase is a crypto exchange firm and it is a US based firm. So it is going to do its IPO today. Now for investors, that is a very good sign because if the regulators are allowing a US based crypto exchange to do an IPO within the regulatory framework, so it really sort of legitimize the concept of Bitcoin, and then it tells us that Bitcoin is really here to stay. It is not going to go away, and it will continue to hold its status of a store of value or a digital gold. So that is really what investors are taking in with respect to Coinbase. So not only that we have seen very positive sort of a momentum so far, but we are also going to continue to see that positive momentum from here onwards as well. So that is what traders will be very much focused on. Now, in terms of price level, Bitcoin is trading earlier, it almost touched that 65,000 price level. And now it is likely to, I mean, it is very normal for Bitcoin price to really sort of retrace from that. And we may continue to see this particular momentum to move to the upside. Because earlier today, I have done a specific technical analysis covering Ethereum, covering Bitcoin, and covering Ripple's XRP as well. So we discussed where the prices are, where the prices are likely to move, what are the price levels of all of them. So if you like to discuss to see them, I highly encourage you to go and have a look at it and let me know your views as well. And of course, guys, if you like the content, if you like what we are discussing over here, please smash that like button and subscribe to our channel as well, because it really also helps us to get into Google's algorithm at the same time as well. So what else? Well, in the stock market, of course, we are seeing again a disconnect where European markets are somewhat trading to the downside. Arsley is trading slightly bit more modestly to the downside, but US futures are still very much positive. While investors are more focused on one particular factor, and that is new quarterly earnings. Today, we're going to hear from Goldman Sachs. We're going to hear from JP Morgan. We're going to hear from Wells Fargo. Investors and traders will like to know how their loan growth are really performing, because that is the area which is going to tell us everything about the US economy and the future growth and the balance sheets for the banks as well. Because if we see a positive number, of course, that will a positive influence on the overall earnings as well. And we are likely to see this equity rally, the run that we are seeing with respect to the US in Dow Jones Industrial Average, and of course for the S&P 500 index to continue to the upside. So that is with respect to earnings. Now let's shift gear and then move into commodities. Now, when we are talking about commodities, what we see over here is gold prices really struggling to stay above the 50-day simple moving average. Let me break it down and explain to you what really happened. Yesterday, we had the US inflation number. The number was obviously it came in much better than the expectations, but investors started to take that number from this particular view that okay, the inflation numbers were supposed to be a lot more stronger than what the number printed yesterday. So investors have started to think, okay, maybe the Federal Reserve or the central bank is right about the price action. Maybe that this inflation is not going to get out of control. Maybe this is more of a transitory element than anything else, meaning a short term increase in inflation rather than a rapid increase in inflation, which would really trigger for a Federal Reserve to do something. So this is exactly what investors are looking at. Now, because of that, yesterday we saw the positive momentum and gold prices went above the 50-day simple moving average. Now, for simplicity reason, all what we have to do is we have to continue to keep looking at the daily time frame, and then we have to see if the price can stay above the 50-day simple moving average or not. If it can stay above the 50-day simple moving average, then that means we are likely to see more momentum in terms of gold price to move to the upside. All right, that's all for now, and I'll see you guys same place tomorrow. Thank you.